Talking to John Janczewski. He lives in Rose City, Michigan, where tonight they're having a meeting at the auditorium at 7 p.m. to decide the fate of teachers who have openly supported a pedophile and saying, that's an awfully long prison sentence for, a teacher that we all know and love. No, we didn't know the whole raping of a child part. Now, they will say that they have freedom of speech. They say that it will bankrupt the city because they will all sue. But do you want somebody who says, hey, look, 15 to 30 years for raping of a child, an 8th grader, is a little harsh. Do you want them teaching your child? Because I don't think they have the common sense to do it. And bankruptcy's all the rage nowadays. So anyway, John is put in this horrible position, and it's his son that was raped, and there is something else that we have to talk about. You have now been the victim of violence. Your family has, John. Can you tell me what happened to your garage?
We had some threats on us, and they wrote letters on our house. The letters were YWP, ITY. You will pay, I told you. My wife had threats on her right after July 10th sentencing. Then what happened? I called the state police. They said if we have any issues, call us back. Well, lo and behold, 2.5 days later, at 1:30 in the morning on a Saturday, I was awoken to a bomb sound going off. And then I went to the window to find my garage was on fire and engulfed in flames, my camper and the side of my house. If I wouldn't have woke up, we could have all died. We could have all not been here doing anything right now. That's what happened.
John, why would they do that to you? What is their motivation?
Because we're speaking out against these teachers, because they're wrong. They took an oath when they did their license to be a teacher, and that is to protect the child. And getting back to the money issue, it would bankrupt the county. Since when do we put a price on a child? Since when? It is wrong. How many teachers are going to turn a blind eye? These teachers cannot be trusted. They cannot be trusted.
Boy, John, I wish I could stand there with you tonight. Mercury One is a charity that I started, and we talk to I talk to them, and normally don't get involved in things like this. But I think one of their founding principles is to bring people hope, and so we are going to take care of your garage and rebuild your garage. So
that is so awesome. We thank you from the bottom of our hearts.
I just
I got to tell you something else. I went there. Could you believe a church posted bail for him? A church just down from my house. That back in April, he came into where I work, and I asked him, I said, I'm losing my faith in God. My wife has cancer. I have MS. My son was molested. Can I talk to you? He said, I'm going on a cruise for 2 weeks. I'll call you then. It's been an awful long 2 weeks, hasn't it? And he was in court sitting on Neil's side, and that church posted bail for a child molester.
What church is that?
It's Prince of Peace Church, Father Stonebeck. It's just unbelievable.
John, move to Texas. Move to Texas, man. I don't think I have... I just don't think that I have seen a family kicked in the teeth as much as your family has been kicked in the teeth. But I will tell you this. I'm sure in a town your size, there are 6,000 people. I'll bet you there's 4,000 of them that stand with you and know what you're going through.
This community has been so supportive. For tonight, they made T-shirts. My son's favorite color, blue, and we are all going to be wearing them, and they all say support the Janczewski family. We want all these teachers fired. We want the board member to step down, which he will not. He'd rather cost the school district $30,000 than have him recalled. That's how sick he is. It's just unbelievable. We would like to get out of this. Is he going to step down, fire the teachers, have background checks on teachers, and every 6 months have them go through a training how to spot signs of child molestation?
You're not asking for lawsuits, money. You're not asking for anything. You just want this to make sure that it doesn't. I mean, they didn't catch it the first time. They didn't catch it with your son. And how they can say, well, it only happened this one time. How do you know? Did they know that this was happening when it was happening?
Yeah. Did they turn a blind eye? The community asked a question at the last board meeting, and they said to the board members, out of 6 of them, would you want these teachers to teach your grandchildren or your children? All 5 of them said absolutely not. Mike Egan grabbed the phone or the microphone, and he said, I would have no problem with none of this. I would let them teach my children or grandchildren.
John, we will continue to follow the story, and our heart and our prayers go out to you. And just know that there are millions of Americans who have heard this story now and will keep you and your family in their prayers. God bless you, John. We'll talk again, my friend. Back in a minute.
Glenn Beck. Mercury.